I'd like to welcome everybody to our March 19th Brigantine City Council meeting. Please rise for the flag salute. Please stand. Council at Large, Mike Reardon, leads us in prayer.
Dear God, yes, bless upon all the residents of St. Patrick's. May your light shine upon this town, filling every heart with peace, joy, protect all Brigantine home, and guide them with your love and grace. May the spirit of St. Patrick inspire kindness, generosity, and gratitude throughout the community. Bless the land, waters, and all now. Have just a moment of silence for Katie Quinlan. Everybody here knows Katie. Severely.
Shane, can you read the Open Public Meetings Act announcement?
This is to advise the meeting notices covering this meeting have been sent and posted as required under the Open Public Meetings Act.
Thank you. Executive session tonight?
No, Mayor, no executive session.
We need our approval of our March 5th, 2025 council meeting minutes. We have a motion and second.
Second.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
Lettieri?
Yes.
Haney?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Kane? Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Need our approval of our bill requisition list. We have a motion and second.
Motion.
Second. Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
Lettieri?
Yes.
Haney?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
This time we'll open it up for public comment. This is public comment on agenda items only. Seeing no public participation, we're going to close the public comment. First up, we have ordinance number 4 of 2025. This is an introduction, and this is an ordinance amending chapter 210-37, article 2 of the code of the city of Brigantine, portion as it relates to fees. A motion and second.
Second.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
Lettieri?
Yes.
Haney?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Ordinance number 5 of 2025. This is an introduction, and this is an ordinance amending chapter 61, salaries and compensation of the code of the city of Brigantine pursuant to NJSA 40A:9-165, establishing the salaries and wages of certain officers and employees of the city of Brigantine, County of Atlantic, State of New Jersey. In motion second. Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
Lettieri?
Yes.
Haney?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Resolution 2025-68. This is a resolution of the city of Brigantine, County of Atlantic, State of New Jersey, introducing the 2025 municipal budget to be read by title only. We have a motion second. So I guess. Tigers, do your presentation.
This is where I do my thing.
Okay. I was just thinking.
Thank you, Mayor. The city manager is required by statute to deliver to the mayor and city council a budget document for the preparation of the annual municipal budget. This presentation of the city budget to the governing body commences the formal budget process under the control of the mayor and city council. This open meeting allows for transparency in the process, as well as an opportunity to report to the taxpayers and residents the manager's budget recommendations. The CFO, Al Stanley, received budget requests from each department head. We have reviewed each department's requests and worked together to prepare and collect the data for the budget document. We have worked with City Auditor Leon Costello to verify compliance with the state of New Jersey spending caps law, tax levy cap law, and other budget regulations. The city manager's proposed operating budgets are compliant with the tax levy cap law and the spending caps law. I am recommending this year, at the conclusion of my introduction of the manager's budget, that the mayor and council move to introduce the budget this evening as presented. The mayor and city council will have ample time to review the budget in detail prior to the public hearing and adoption, which is anticipated on April 16th, at which time an amendment can be introduced if changes are necessary. This year is a self-exam year for this city budget. Since 1977, municipal budgets have been prepared in compliance with the spending cap law. In 2010, the tax levy cap law was established. The city manager's recommended budget is in compliance with both cap laws. The city's percentage of tax collections continued to be strong in 2025 at 99.49%. This budget reflects a conservative approach to the anticipation of revenues. The city state aid received was decreased by $71,000 in 2020. Salaries and wages total $15,064,391. Includes required contractual commitments, anticipated increase in seasonal employees, and minimum wage. Other expenses total $9,774,893 and represents the operating expenses from all departments, along with insurance and utility costs. Statutory and deferred charges amount to $4,575,094.43. Level debt service continues to be an important initiative of this administration. The 2025 municipal portion of debt is $4,218,887.50, which reflects an increase of only $8,850 from 2024. Reserve for uncollected taxes is a calculation based upon the entire levy of the city, including county and school taxes. The calculation this year remains conservative and is based upon the current local purpose tax levy and an estimate of the school and county taxes, as well as the prior year collection rate. The 2025 increase is approximately $62,111.93. In summary, the manager's 2025 current fund budget, as presented here tonight, totals $178,527.48. It represents a conservative approach to revenue projection and includes both the increases and decreases in the respective department budgets and other operating expenses. Based on the 2025 city assessed value, a penny on the tax rate equals $354,171. The proposed local purpose tax rate will increase 2.76 cents with a 2025 rate of 72.1 cents per $100 of assessed value. For reference, the tax rate in 2014 was 71.1 cents. The water and sewer utility budget is supported by the billings and fees charged for the consumption of water by individual customers. Water and sewer utility as presented has a proposed balanced budget for 2025 and maintains a self-liquidating status. As such, any capital bond ordinances approved will not require a 5% down payment. The capital budget included in the 2025 budget is a 6-year plan for the city. This capital budget represents a total of potential capital improvements of approximately $23,259,200 over a 6-year period. The water and sewer will require a significant investment over the next 6 years due to the aging of infrastructure and state mandated requirements. In closing, the city's budget in 2025 once again is managed in a professional and fiscally sound manner. This has been achieved through long-term budgeting and projections, maintaining proper allocation methods and sound financial records while providing the necessary reserve for future expenditures. As always, I am available to meet with the mayor and city council to review the budget and provide any additional information necessary. I would like once again to thank the city employees and the department heads for their service and dedication to the city of Brigantine and for their assistance in the budget preparation process. I continue to be thankful for their support as well as their ability to work together to continue to provide the level of service expected by our residents. Also, I would like to thank Al Stanley, the Finance Department, and City Auditor Leanne Costello for their help and input in the development of the city manager's recommended budgets. As I stated at the beginning of this presentation, I now ask Mayor and Council to consider introducing this budget this evening, keeping in mind that any questions and concerns can be addressed from this point on and until the public hearing on April 16th. Should any changes be required, an amendment will be presented for approval to reflect this. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Second, thank you, Al, Leon, for all of your hard work on this budget and all of our department heads for their input on this. And one of the things I want people to know is this budget is part of the increase has to do with inflation and rising costs. And this is something that's impacting every municipality across the country. But a bigger part of this has to do with the capital improvements that we're doing here in the city. If you just look at our agenda tonight, it's all investments, it's all repairs, it's all capital projects that we're doing here. We're really focusing on our roads, and that is a big thing. Probably the number one request that we get from residents is repaving, reconstructing roads, and that's something that we're working on across the whole community. Working on our recreation facilities, working on our public buildings, our beaches, starting to replenish our bond money when it comes time for the next beach replenishment. And that's something some of the municipalities right now, they're on a 3-year cycle. We're on a 6 to 7 year cycle, but that is changing. So we're starting to prepare for that ahead of time. A big part of that too is the water and sewer system. Some of our water and sewer systems originally, and also if you look at the down from the state of New Jersey, they're requiring when it comes to the lead service lines, those galvanized steel, they have now said are considered as a lead hazard, and they're requiring every municipality in the state to replace them. One of the major problems with that is they're not providing really any funding for them. So that's going to be on our backs to get that done. So that's something that we're really working on. I think one of the things we need to look at too is if you look at our tax rate. 2014, look at the tax rate today, it's almost exactly the same. I don't think that there's any other municipality in the state of New Jersey that can say that within the last 10 years, they have kept taxes under control that much. That is something that we're all committed to doing. So I've had an opportunity to look through the budget, to look through every line item in this budget. So I also want to make sure that we have the money to reinvest back in our community and take care of it. One of the suggestions I have for every single member of council, I suggest that you set up meetings with our city manager and our CFO to go through the budget to make sure you understand what's in the budget and each of the line items. And also, if you have any questions, make sure you ask those questions and be prepared when you come back. It's the date we're voting on this, April 16th. April 16th, we'll come back for a public hearing to adopt the budget. There's no other comments.
Al, Tiger, our bond rating is still AA.
Last year, we're now to, got reassessed, it's maintained AA.
Excellent.
All right, if there's no other questions or comments, can we have roll call?
Lettieri?
Yes.
Haney?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Resolution 2025-69, and this is a resolution of the City of Brigantine. This is a resolution of the City of Brigantine for self-examination of the 2025 budget. A motion second.
Second.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
Lettieri?
Yes.
Haney?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Resolution 2025-70. This is a resolution by the city of Brigantine, New Jersey, authorizing a refund to Reese Paving Company for hydrant meter and wrench. And this is a refund in the amount of $1,042. Motion second.
So.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, we have roll call.
Lettieri?
Yes.
Hany?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Resolution 2025-71. This is a resolution authorizing a contract with Charles Marandino LLC for concrete replacement and drainage improvements at various locations. And this is in the amount of $372,270. We have a motion second.
Second.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
Lettieri?
Yes.
Hany?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Resolution 2025-72, and this is a resolution authorizing a contract with Arthur Chu Consulting for design and construction management services for CDBG pedestrian improvements to West Beach Avenue and Roosevelt Boulevard. This is in the amount of $28,800. We have a motion second. Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
Lettieri?
Yes.
Hany?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Resolution 2025-73. This is a resolution authorizing a contract with De Blasio and Associates for design and construction management services for the reconstruction of portions of Harbor Beach Boulevard. This is in the amount of $37,500. We have a motion second.
I'll make that motion.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
Lettieri?
Yes.
Hany?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Resolution 2025-74, and this is a resolution authorizing a contract with TKT Construction for well house entry and site elements rehabilitation. This is in the amount of $268,000. We have a motion second. Tiger, this is in reference to, I guess, the fire of one of our wells. I forget the number, right behind City Hall.
John, isn't this 14th North and Old Well 3 so this is for reconstruction of the well at 14th Street North and the old well 3, I believe it was, at the Historical Society in front of the training center to fix that caving in concrete and fix in that area. So this one is not tied to that.
It's not that. All right,
No, sir.
I got my wells mixed up. I didn't see it well. I'm impressed that you knew. I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed.
Well.
See, John actually had me ask the question. He didn't think he knew the well numbers, but there was a setup. But he passed the test. If there's no other questions, can we have roll call?
Lettieri?
Yes.
Hany?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Resolution 2025-75. This is a resolution authorizing a contract with Think Pavers Hardscaping for reconstruction of the 45th Street Cove. This is the amount of $174,411. The motion second.
So move. Second.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
Lettieri?
Yes.
Hany?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Resolution 2025-76, and this is a resolution authorizing a contract with Palestine and Associates for construction management services for sanitary sewer line replacement, and this is in the amount of $198,600. Have a motion second.
Second.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
Lettieri?
Yes.
Haney?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Resolution 2025-77, and this is a resolution opposing Atlantic City Electric's rate increases. We have a motion second.
I'll make that.
I think this is probably one of the hottest issues going on right now. And I say that because a lot of people are really struggling to pay their bills. Atlantic City Electric has continued to raise their rates. I know Congressman Van Drew has been fighting this and calling on a full investigation into this, but I will tell you that this could not come at a worse time. People are struggling to pay their bills. And when I hear what some people's electric bills are, it's insane. There's people, I was gonna say it's gone up. They're telling me that their bills have gone up 400%. I don't know how that's humanly possible and how the Board of Public Utilities can allow something like that to happen. And a big part of this too is, Governor Murphy and the Board of Public Utilities have spent over $1 billion on failed green energy initiatives. And one of those big ones is the ocean wind projects. They've known for years that these rate increases are coming. And instead of reinvesting back in the infrastructure or looking for ways to keep bills under control, they have spent money on these failed Green New Deal initiatives. And now all of the ratepayers in New Jersey have to pay the freight for that. And I think that's wrong. So I know we put this resolution together. We'll be sharing this with other municipalities. We'll send a copy of this to the governor, to the Board of Public Utilities, to Atlantic City Electric to make sure that they understand that the people of Brigantine do not accept and will not stand for these rate increases. There's no other comments. We have roll call.
Lettieri?
Yes.
Haney?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Resolution 2025-78. This is a resolution authorizing a contract with Frank Mazza and Son, Inc. for improvements to the flooring of City Hall. And this is the amount of $87,915.52. Motion second.
Motion.
I know this is probably an important one. I know to our city manager and myself, when we did the roof replacement, took out the columns. It was terrible in there. It's our front entrance. I want to make sure that City Hall looks good and get that taken care of. So I thank you for finding money in the budget, getting this moving forward. There's no other questions or comments. We have roll call.
Lettieri?
Yes.
Haney?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Resolution 2025-79, and this is a resolution from the city of Brigantine to support publishing legal notices on official government websites. May I have a motion second?
So moved.
I think the big issue with this, under current state law, we're required to publish in newspapers. The problem is that newspapers don't print every day. And some newspapers are very dysfunctional, and when you send stuff in, they don't know that they got it, it doesn't get printed. And really, most people get their news digitally, and we should be able to publish and send stuff out digitally to get stuff done. As more and more newspapers close down, it's getting harder and harder to meet the letter of the law. We will continue to do it, but there is oftentimes that we've had to publish in newspapers in North Jersey, which doesn't reach any of our residents, because that is the only way we can get legal publications done. And I think that's something where the state needs to act and change the law and change the requirements. So I know a number of municipalities around the state are passing similar resolutions to this. So joining in on that because I understand the frustration. There are no other comments. We have roll call.
Lettieri?
Yes.
Haney?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Resolution 2025-80, and this is a person-to-person liquor license transfer. And motion second.
So moved.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
Lettieri?
Yes.
Haney?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon? Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Resolution 2025-81, and this is the renewal of a Smile Factory amusement games license. We have motion second.
So moved. Second.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
Lettieri?
Yes.
Haney?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Resolution 2025-82, and this is the Brigantine Policemen's Benevolent Association roadway solicitation application. And motion second.
I'll make that. Second.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
Lettieri?
Yes.
Haney?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Resolution 2025-83, and this is a resolution of the city of Brigantine accepting the Municipal Alliance Grant for fiscal year October 2025 to June 2026. And this is in the amount of $4,503.39. The motion second. Second. Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
Lettieri?
Yes.
Haney?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Next up, we have our consent agenda. We have the Brigantine Baseball and Softball Association Opening Day Parade and Easter Egg Hunt, Green Whales Cherry Blossom Festival, 5K Run, Brigantine Lions Club Annual Classic Car Show, Brigantine Municipal Alliance Hooked on Fishing, Nolly Swan, the Soccer Resort Beach Tournament, Blake Morgan, Brigantine Food Truck Festival, American Legion Raffle License number 1102, Elks Raffle License number 1103. A motion second.
I'll make that motion. Second.
Questions or comments? We have roll call?
Lettieri?
Yes.
Haney?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Tiger, any updates for us?
No updates, but I do want to thank council for passing the resolution to fund the floors and to dress up this building, make it look nice. But I also want to say thank you to Al Stanley, our CFO, and John Doring. I've been bugging them for quite some time since we got the lobby done and got the new paint on the walls and the new art on the walls to find money for these floors. So I just want to publicly thank them for actually finding that money. Thank you, John.
Our department heads? Go to second ward council.
I have nothing except that the north end of the island is still under construction, so be careful in those areas. Based on what they've done. Moving over.
Perfect. Yeah. They're. Go down to Dennis Haney.
I just said, forward to hearing from Mike, Councilman Mike Reardon on the St. Patty's Day Parade. The crowds just seem to just get bigger and not seem to, they're getting bigger and bigger yearly. It's awesome, Mike. Incredible job. That's all I got. Thank you.
Mark Gilio.
Looking forward to kick off the baseball and softball season here at Brigantine. I do want to recognize the Brigantine Elks Lodge Baseball and Softball Association ran short in funding this year, putting up the new billboard, sign, scoreboard. Evidently, it's so big they had to dig 10-foot footings. So they came to the Elks with a request of $5,500, and the Elks paid them. We'll be making that presentation to them. So just recognize the good work that the Elks is always doing here. Thank you.
Grand Parade Director. Mike Reardon.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you. And I want to thank all the department heads, Public Works, Police Department, Fire Department, rest of the council for the support year after year for the St. Patrick's Parade. The Grand Marshals were excellent this year, and good seeing. It's good seeing some of the past Grand Marshals come out, like Dennis and a few of the others ones. But hey, the weather was with us. Things held up. So thanks again for all the support. Really good. Other than that, the economic development team is meeting, committee's meeting. Had some good discussions about things that are going on in the island, and also want to do some kind of events and all during the summer, in the different areas of the island. So we're looking forward to that. Cultural Arts Commission is getting ready to setting up their things coming up throughout the summer, and that's that. If anybody has any questions, you can always find my number on the front page of the Brigantine Times. So that's it. Thank you, Mayor.
And Mike, thank you for all your efforts in putting the parade together. I think it was one of the best we've ever had. We've had so many compliments. And speaking with our business community is one of our best off-season events of the entire year.
glad you mentioned that because I forgot to mention the Chamber of Commerce who did so much to, for the whole week with Shake the Shamrock. So thanks for reminding.
Teamwork. For me, I just have one update, but definitely a very good update on Atlantic Shores. The EPA actually rescinded one of their permits, and they issued it about 6 months ago, and they have now rescinded that permit. Without this permit, it should make it almost impossible for them to move forward with construction at this time, which is good. There's a couple of ocean wind companies that are further along permit processing, so they're trying to push forward with construction regardless of the president's mandate to stop all this stuff. So they're trying to push forward. For us, we're very, very fortunate that Atlantic Shores had this permit revoked. Big thanks to that, one, obviously Congressman Ben Drew has been incredible with this, but also two, Bob Stern from Save LBI. I know that part of his litigation actually is what kind of convinced the EPA to rescind and overturn that permit and re-examine it. And a lot of this has to do with the Trump administration, who has requested that all of these existing projects be re-examined to make sure that things were done correctly. So it's good news for us, but I will tell you that this battle's not over yet. As long as they hold on to those permits, they are still a danger. And you can see with the different presidential administration, they could come back at any time. We believe that Atlantic Shores, although their major investors have pulled out, their plan is just to sit back and try to ride out this administration and see if they can rekindle things in the next administration. So we need to make sure that we continue to do all we can to make sure that their permits are completely revoked so they can't move forward with this process in any way, shape, or form. So we'll keep everybody posted, but I thought that this was really good news and I wanted to share that with everybody. At this time, we'll open it up for public comment. This is public comment. Please come up and state your name and address for the record. Yes, Mrs. Phillips.
Good evening. I guess this is spend it all. No, it's kind of awkward to, yeah, that's what I wanted. Thank you. Now I have several comments. Number one, the planning board's decisions have important effects on this community, but the public knows little about it. And that can be corrected easily by taping its meeting with what you have right here and what you're doing right now. You don't have to have concern about the devices you need to do that. So I would strongly recommend that you make use of these for another function, which is the planning board. And based on the letter to the editor in the press, not the press, but the Times, there are concerns at the planning board. So the public really needs to know more. So that's a recommendation. How is the council responding to the county executive's mandate for revaluation? Is your choice countywide or local? And how much flexibility does council have in timing in getting this done? So I'll just lead. I've had one more question and then I'd appreciate if you'd answer all of them. Now, short-term rental is still with us, unfortunately, with its negative illegal consequences, despite which you believe that or state that it's legal. Please inform the public of Judge Blee's order for the city and the Association of Short-Term Rentals Owners, business people, to participate in a mediation, on March the 27th. And of course, what are the main issues involved? And even though this is a legal proceeding, there are certain things that the public can know and should know. So those are the questions, and I'd appreciate your answers. Thank you. By the way, I have responded to the county for its lack of leadership regarding the turbines. So I hope it will be in print soon. Thank you.
Thank you. There's no other public comment. We'll close the public portion. So for the revaluation, the recommendation came out from the county that I guess all municipalities in Atlantic County need to do a reval. We're looking at the difference between a reval and a reassessment. We're looking at what the cost and benefits would be to go with the county. They're offering what I think is a county-wide service. We're also looking at doing it internally. For timelines, it could range anywhere from 2 to 5 years. And the reason is that if you go to an outside company, there's only a couple companies, I think, in the whole Northeast that do this. So depending on their backlog, you're kind of at the mercy of it. And also, if all 23 municipalities have to do it, depending on the schedule. We're looking internally to see if that's something that we can do. My gut tells me that we'd be better off doing it internally, because I think, one, we'd have better timelines on that. And two, I think you're going to have people in Brigantine who know the community, who know the value, and I think you're going to get a better product at the end. I know the last couple of times we've gone through these revals, when we've had outside companies and they have people who come in who don't really know the community, that we have major issues with tax appeals, which gets very, very expensive. And part of the reason it gets expensive is, one, the legal fees, but also two, once the county strikes its tax rate, if somebody comes in and appeals it, their taxes go down, but Brigantine is still on the hook to pay the county portion. That doesn't change. So I know that we're really looking to see if we can make this work internally, because I think it's better to have a number that works so we can kind of lessen those appeals. So we'll keep everybody posted, but we're in the early stages of exploring both options. For the short-term rentals, for the mediation, this is something that Judge Blee had talked about, I guess, when the initial case came in. What he wanted to do is see how the season went, because there was a claim from the other side that the laws and what we had passed here had caused harm. And he wanted to see what actual, I guess, harm came. To my understanding, there's been no harm to any short-term rental. The only thing that has shifted is the burden of responsibilities on them to control their properties. In Brigantine, this has been very successful. I think our complaints have gone down to almost nothing. And any complaint that has come in, our code enforcement and police are on it right away. And now we have the teeth to make sure that we can enforce these laws. So this has been part of Judge Blee's recommendation. So the mediation isn't anything new. This is something that both sides were aware of. I know that somebody has kind of put it on Facebook to try to show that somehow the city was in trouble, but we're not. This is part of the legal process. And Judge Blee's recommendation is to see if there's something that can be worked out on both sides without going through further legal, I guess, costs or steps. So that's where we're at with that. As soon as we have more information on that, we'll be able to share that publicly. As for the taping of planning board meetings, it's something we can discuss with the planning board, see what's there. But I don't know that there's any issues that are being hidden from the public, as you suggested. I know that there's a lot of stuff that's on social media. Unfortunately, a lot of stuff on social media is just not correct. So. Right. Council comments? Motion to adjourn? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Thank you for coming out and watching your council team at work.